No-nonsense gin drinking. All gin, no nonsense.
Hello gin lovers, welcome back. I'm Bobby Freeman, and today, my friends, we have something rather special for you because I like to feature the big brands that you've all heard of so you can relate to the videos and we do comparisons of them and things like that. But occasionally I like to support the little fellows, the smaller distilleries you may not have heard of. And this, my friends, is an excellent example. For let me introduce you to Bandsman British Gin. And look at the very cute little bottle there. It's very British and understated, isn't it? I like that very bloody much. So let's find out a little bit more about them, shall we, eh? For thousands of years, people have spread happiness through music. When musicians get together, they bring joy to themselves and to others. To be a bandsman means that you are dedicating yourself to be the best that you can be, and the Bandsman Gin aims to do just that. I'm not sure what I'm doing there. I'm one of those things, you know, a conductor. I'm a conductor. Using an atypical method of cold compounding, we produce a gin with flavours as bold as a brass band marching down a narrow street, but as smooth and as mellow as a flute performing in an orchestra. Now there is a lot more, but I'll try and condense it for you. So this cold compounding thing they use, usually with most London dries, they vaporise the spirit and it goes up through and passes through the botanicals, catching the flavours, and it condenses it elsewhere and making the gin. These guys don't mess around with any of this. They don't fanny about. They stick the old botanicals straight in there and they boil it up, which results in a rather yellowy liquid, I am told. So I am very much looking forward to getting stuck right into this fella today. However, there are some rather strange botanicals that go into this gin, so I want to read them to you straight away to see what you think of this. So juniper straight away, obviously, or it wouldn't be gin, but then we've got dandelion root, tomatoes. Now, good Lord above, I have never heard of tomatoes in a gin. We've also got basil, raisins, rosemary, parsley, and the king of all the ingredients, elderflower. Now, I don't think anything with elderflowering can taste bad. So this is going to be, honestly, I've never read a bunch of botanicals like that before. So let's not mess about. Let's get some in the glass and have a look at it and a smell of it and a taste of it and all those things. Oh, you know what I mean. Let's just do it. So here we go. Get the old wax off. It's always a bit tricky that, but that's not too bad today because I struggled remarkably with the Sipsmith one the other day, and it ironically looks like I'm going to struggle with this one as well. Am I going to? Oh no, it's coming. Oh, I don't believe it. It was a premature cork test. I was so busy getting the bloody wax off, I pulled the cork out. So let's start that one again.
The cork test.
Okay, as we all know now, it does have a cork, so let's try the cork test. So, does it have a squeak? No squeak, go for the full pull. Oh, a rather tiny, cheeky little pull, but it is a bit of a smaller bottle, so we didn't expect wonders. But don't worry, it's just a bit of fun. So then, let's have a sniff of this one. And apparently it's going to be yellowy when we pour it out. Let's have it. Ah, it is indeed rather yellowy. Look, it looks like a white wine or something. I use the instructions to my new drill I used to make this studio with. Look at that. So let's have a good old sniff because this is going to be, I literally have no idea what to expect. So up the old nostrils it goes. Oh, wow. Oh. It's weird because it's like gin, but it's gin. I say this quite a lot. It's gin, but not quite as we know it. It's like there's something of the savoury about it, which sounds weird, but that's what happened with that seaweed flavoured gin. It sounded really weird, but it worked beautifully, I thought. So let's get the old tonic in, shall we? I am very much looking forward to this. Here we go, tiny bit in there. About that much, I reckon, because I put quite a bit of gin in there today to show you the yellow colour. So then, my friends, what's it called again? Bandsman British Gin. Cheers. Ho, ho, ho. Whoa! Oh my god, it's right, okay. This is one of those gins where it literally, you don't just get one, the bunch of flavours, you get a whole barrel load of them, and it's like they're queuing up like this. You get one barrel through, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. That, my friends, is an extremely original gin. You know, there are a lot of gins. We know that there are a hell of a lot of gins on the market at the moment. And occasionally you can get some that are a little bit samey, you know, or follow the same sort of botanical list. But this is something else. So the first thing that hits you is the aroma, because the aroma changed massively when I put the tonic in there. Like, released this sort of what I would guess to be the dandelion root, something of the sort of the hedgerow about it, sort of warm and spicy and sort of a kind of a natural hedgy sort of taste, which doesn't sound particularly, it's not sounding that nice as I describe it, but it genuinely is. It just shows, doesn't it? People say to me, why do you drink it with tonic in there? And not only does it release the flavours, it actually releases the smells as well. So you're getting this sort of a warmness of that, which I guess is the dandelion. And then, whoa, you get like a sort of a sting of sort of spiciness in there as well. Now that sort of goes straight over the tongue and sort of hits the back of the throat and just zings around in there. But at the same time, there's a kind of a herbaceousness to it to sort of offset that sort of sharp, sort of quite strong flavours that you get up the front. I always talk about balancing the flavours on these shows, and that is quite a difficult balancing act, to be honest. All those different flavours, that's pretty tough. But I would say they have done it. It's so different. It's so different. But there's still juniper in there. It's unmistakably a gin. Now, do I get tomatoes in there? I don't think so. I don't think so. Not massively, but maybe it's one of those flavours that sort of sits in there, but just sort of just to balance things out. Not one that's super dominant. Because to be honest, if you made a super dominant, a tomato is a super dominant. Oh God. Dominant, yeah, I was right. Super dominant flavour. I don't think it'd be that nice, a tomato flavoured gin. I'm not big, as I say, I'm not big in tomatoes anyway. Tomato ketchup? Oh yes, give me some of that. Tomatoes? No chance. But the big question for me is, do you get elderflower in there? Do you get elderflower? Because to be honest, it's like the ultimate flavour. You could add it to anything. You could pass me a urine sample of anybody's, whack a bit of elderflower in there, I'd be chugging that straight down. Just to confirm, I do not condone or recommend the drinking of urine with or without elderflower. I don't get it hugely, to be honest, not massively, but it doesn't really matter. But I think the dominant flavours in there are, as I say, this dandelion sort of flavour, dandelion root. To be honest, oh God. To be quite honest, I've never eaten a dandelion root, but you can kind of get the idea what it would taste like. I just really admire people who try something a bit new and a bit different. So I say to you people, apparently it's owned by the Gentleman Distillers. So I say to you guys, you chaps, you gentlemen at the Gentleman Distillers, keep up the bloody good work, my friends. What? So I think you can tell that I am suitably impressed with that gin. However, I am also suitably impressed with the price, because it is a very reasonable £28, £2 below my top bracket, and that equates to about $36 or €31. And to be absolutely honest, when you've got a smaller distillers, I don't mind paying a little bit over the odds, as I always say. And they could have, easily charged a bit more for it, but they didn't. And I really, really like and respect that. So I say to you, my friends, if you're looking for something a bit quirky, a bit different, something to show off to your friends when they say, oh, I like gin, do you? Have you got something, a little bit more original? You could do a lot worse than the old Bandsman, my friends, because it's absolutely extraordinary. So my friends, that's me done for another day. If you've liked this video, if you found it useful, as always, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Press the like button and of course the bell icon so you get notified when the new videos come out. And if you want to support my show and my channel, then please head over to my Patreon page as well. But until next time, guys, take care, stay safe, thank you to all my patrons, and keep drinking the gin.